large naval ship to the left is HMS Belfast. She saw action in the D-Day landings in 1944 and the Korean War of the 1950s and has been a museum since 1971.
I have no idea. Yeah, this is the last thing we do in London. And then we get back on the bus and we go back to school. It's like, I think it's one football session. Like, I'm not sure there might be something in there. I don't know. I don't quite know how it works.
We are now travelling along Tooley Street. On the right is London Bridge Station, next to which is the London Dungeon, a very busy tourist attraction, drawing huge crowds from all over the world. Macabre characters direct you through the various waxwork displays, and the instruments of torture and terror, a very gruesome experience indeed. Nearby is the Britain of War Museum. It provides an illuminating insight into the past and includes not always shelters and artifacts from the Second World War.
Просто мы нигде не будем останавливаться, нигде ничего покупать не будем. 2 часа назад не положено.
This? I don't know how much longer that. An hour, probably half an hour.
On the left is Hayes Gallery, once known as Hayes Walk. Look out for the Christmas shop, selling all things festive. The shop is, ironically, open every day with the exception of Christmas Day. Like most of the buildings around us, this was a warehouse for cargo unloaded from the ships which were moored here. Hayes Wharf pioneered cold storage in the 1860s, handling New Zealand butter and cheese, and is now an indoor shopping centre. Which gets its name from the Norwegian king Olaf, who became St. Olaf. It was originally St. Olaf Street, but that was corrupted over the centuries to become Tooley Street. Coming up on our left, just next to Tower Bridge, we will see an unusual building, City Hall. This is the home of the Greater London Assembly and the Mayor of London. It was designed by Norman Foster, and we are assured that its shape is intended to reduce its surface area, thus improving its energy efficiency. As you can imagine, it has various nicknames here in London, such as the Onion, or the Woodlouse, or even Darth Vader's helmet. Ahead is the most well-known bridge in London, Tower Bridge. It was opened in 1894 by the then Prince of Wales, later Edward VII, and is the only bascule or seesaw bridge in central London. The impressive sight of the bridge opening in only 60 seconds to allow tall ships to pass through into the Pool of London happens 2 or 3 times each week. Although in the past, during the thriving shipping industry, the bridge was raised up to 50 times a day. It has broken down just twice. Once in 1967 during a heat wave, and the other occasion was, slightly embarrassingly, during its official opening ceremony. On your left now is one of the most important buildings in the world, the Tower of London. Wherever you're from in the world, ladies and gentlemen, the events that have taken place here have shaped the lives of everyone on this bus. This is London's castle, but it is universally known simply as the Tower. It is Europe's best preserved medieval fortress, and within its concentric walls of fortification, the eventual liberties of the English-speaking peoples were forged, through horror and bloodshed, doggedness and faith. In the very centre is the White Tower, built by William the Conqueror shortly after the Norman conquest in 1066, the last time that this country was successfully invaded. It was built to intimidate and impress Londoners, and for centuries, the one who controlled the Tower of London effectively controlled this country. The tower has been many things over the centuries, from an observatory to a zoo, from a royal palace to a tourist attraction. But be under no illusion, it is mostly known as a state prison. It is here that the princes in the tower were imprisoned. 2 wives of Henry VIII, Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, were executed here during the religious upheaval of the 1500s, the Reformation. In the same century, the uncrowned Queen of England, Lady Jane Grey, who reigned for only 9 days, was executed at the age of 17, just 1 hour after seeing the headless corpse of her young husband pass in front of her. The last prisoner here, albeit briefly, was Adolf Hitler's deputy, Rudolf Hess. The Tower of London is open for you to go inside. Within the castle, you will find the spectacular crown jewels, the monarch's glittering regalia, adorned with gems such as the Cullinan diamonds from South Africa, some of the largest cut diamonds in the world, and the legendary Koh-i-Noor diamond from India. The European Orders of Beekeepers offer informative walking tours within the tower, and please do look out for the ravens. According to legend, if the ravens ever fly away, the tower will crumble, and so will the kingdom. Obviously, this is a ridiculous story, but just to be on the safe side, they clip their wings every year to ensure they can't go anywhere. The brick building with blue lanterns to our left is Custom House, where customs and excise duties are calculated. The first customs house was built on this site in the 1200s. This building was completed in the early 1800s. Is the Church of St Magnus the Martyr. This church once stood at the roadway to the old London Bridge, which was situated a few yards further east from the present London Bridge. During the 1500s, the rector of St Magnus the Martyr was Miles Coverdale, the first person to translate the Bible into English. archaeological excavations in the early 1980s behind these buildings to our left revealed a large section of a 2,000-year-old Roman timber wall. This area was once the heart of the Roman city of London, built here because it was the most convenient bridging point of the Thames. In the 3rd century, London became the capital of southern Britain, with York as the capital of the northern part of the country.
Xin chào nhé. Tôi đầu tiên giúp đoàn nhé. Nga, Việt Nam.
These words were written. To be or not to be, that is the question. The building's work began in 1987, and the first play was staged in 1996. In 1630, the original globe theatre burned down during one of Shakespeare's plays, Henry VIII. A spark from one of the props, a cannon, ignited the thatched roof and the ensuing